Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Wallace. I'm very excited to see you all. I'm the CEO of Invbots. Nice meeting all of you. So we just finished the very bombarding section of Hong Kong trading today, right? So anyway, we're very excited to see you all today. We're going to give you a briefing section, but before that, we wanted to make friends with most of you. And we are very pleased if you can turn on your camera as well, and then we will meet each of you online. Anyway, so we are a fintech startup based in Hong Kong, and our mission is to empower youth to build investment as a lifelong secondary business. It is our culture to work with a lot of young generation, young talents to invest and do research together. In fact, so we have very good opportunities to work with a lot of young generation, and that's why we have been organized investment competition to meet many of you. It is the second time to organize the competition, and hopefully you enjoy the experience and have a happy trading investment experience. Hopefully you will find our investment competition is very unique from others. First of all, you do not trade alone. I myself and other traders will provide direct investment tutorial with you, and hopefully you can join it and ask questions and share your investment strategies, and we can discuss together. Definitely, not many of you can join all the tutorials. You can also join our Facebook group, Invbots Investment Community, and ask questions and share your investment ideas as well. Different from other competition, we not only focus on investment return. We hopefully you can gain experience on stock pitching, portfolio management, and live trading as well. We don't only emphasize on return. We really want you to gain the skill set on both risk management as well as investment return. And that's why in the calculation of the winning formula, we have factored into both factors in the calculation as well. At the end of the competition, you have a chance to present your investment ideas and strategies in front of fund managers and other professionals and give them valuable feedback. Finally, this is part of our business model to engage young generation and talent to potentially gain real money management experience as well. Hopefully, all of you can join the whole competition and hope to see you all during the tutorial and in our Facebook group. And afterwards, I'm going to pass the mic to my colleague, Sherry, to talk about more details about the schedules and the calculation of the winning formula with you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sherry from Invbots. Now I will walk you through the competition schedule, scoring system, and rules for each round of our competition. So moving on, so first part is about our schedule. Our investment competition consists of 3 rounds. First one is portfolio building. The second round is stimulative trading. And the third round is final presentation. We're excited to have 235 participants to join our first round. In particular, 33% from UST, 23% from CUHK, and 12% of our participants are from HKU. We will have 20 participants joining the simulative trading round, and 5 shortlist participants will proceed to our last round of final presentation. If you read our Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn promotional post, one of our highlights is our attractive prizes to the winners. To recognize your devotion to our competition, we reward 2 Devoted Traders Awards with Apple or Google Play gift card, which is worth of 1,000 HKD. Moving on to the scoring system. One of the on the right-hand side of this slide shows how your score will be calculated. 50% based on profit and loss ratio, 40% based on Sharpe ratio, and 10% based on the maximum drawdown. So what is Sharpe ratio? It is it is a measure of risk-adjusted return, and it describes how much exact return you receive for the volatility of holding a riskier asset. For example, when your Sharpe ratio is 0.5%, by taking 1% volatility risk, you can receive 0.5% return in the long term. And what is maximum drawdown? It's an indicator of downside risk. It is the maximum observed loss from a peak to a trough of a portfolio before a new peak is attained. We will rank your portfolio performance based on each criteria and then calculate the marks on a pro rata basis. For example, a maximum of 50 marks will be given to participants who rank top in the P&L ratio. The first round of competition will be assessed based on your score plus bonus marks. The second round will only be assessed on your score, and the 5 participants with the highest scores will proceed to our final presentation. In this last round, our scoring criteria will be a bit different. It is composed of 50% of your score and 50% marks from judges based on your presentation. For our rules in our competition, the first round is portfolio building. You will be given an initial capital of 1 million HKD, and you should trade in the first 5 days of your trading period. No derivatives trading is allowed, means that there's no short selling, warrants, or leverage, no options, futures, CBBCs, or CFDs. You can only trade Hong Kong and US stocks, ETFs, and ETNs. You will need to maintain your capital undeployed ratio at no more than 30%. For the formula, you can refer to our website or this slide. We encourage you to optimize the utilization of your capital. You have to use at least 70% of investment capital given in the first round, which is 700,000 HKD. Mark deduction for violation of this rule, please refer to the table on the left bottom of the slide. Meanwhile, you can only deploy less than 30% of initial capital in a week. Means that you can trade less than 300,000 HKD from Monday to Sunday. And the mark penalty for violation of this rule, please refer to the table on the right bottom. The second round is simulative trading. Same as the first round of the competition, you'll be given an initial capital of 1 million HKD, and you should trade in the first 5 days of the trading period. Same as the previous round, no derivatives trading is allowed, except we allow leverage in this round, and you can trade all stocks in this round, and not just HK and US stocks. As you're allowed to do leverage, your average capital undeployed ratio should be maintained between negative 80% to 30%. And the 5 shortlist participants will proceed to the final round to present to our experienced judges. Bonus marks from our tutorial sections. You can register for tutorial sections on our website. They are not compulsory, and we will not take your attendance. Bonus marks will be rewarded for active participation and outstanding pitching ideas. You can get up to 3 bonus marks per tutorial section. If you need to cancel your appointment for any reason, please also do this on our website. You will have a quota of 2 cancellations throughout the whole competition. So this is the proposed schedule for our tutorial section. On the next slide, yes. Just for your reference, some topics, for example, include Stock Connect and ETF. We will update the schedule at any time, and you can visit our website for the most up-to-date information regarding the tutorial sections. Now I'll pass the time to Jamie to demonstrate the portfolio builder.
Hi, this is Jamie from Invbots. I'm here to demonstrate how you can use our Invbots website with your own account. In order to use your website, you need to register an account with the email address and password you submit during the application for the in portfolio allocation. You can make transactions of your own choice. Type in the name and stock code, for example, MFST, of the stock you would like to purchase. Enter the number of shares that you would like to buy or sell. If you have placed a buy order on a specific stock, you cannot search it in a portfolio and only can edit your transaction order under order activity. Remember, the amount of each transaction cannot exceed your purchasing power, and you can only sell assets after you have purchased assets beforehand. Click send your order after double checking the total amount of your purchase. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. The transfers on the pre-status transactions, selling, execute, pending page. Remember, you only edit or cancel pending orders. Once the order is executed, you can no longer change it after your purchase. On the page of personal performance, you learn about the data of your own performance in the On the page of personal performance, you learn about the data of your own performance in the competition and check your trading details. Here are the three indicators showing the scoring criteria of the competition, and you can oversee your trading records on this page. That's all for the Invbots website, and if you have any inquiries about the web page, please save your questions until our Q&A session later on. I'll now pass this time back to Sherry to talk about the details of the investment community.
As mentioned, we're building an investment community. To facilitate communication and discussion, we created a Facebook group, Investment Community, to make competition announcement and share up-to-date investment information. You can scan this QR code on the upper right corner to join the group. Experienced traders will also share their investment ideas in this Facebook group. Most importantly, you are strongly encouraged to share any investment news and ideas to peers. If our tutorial sections can't fit in your schedule, you can still post your questions in our Facebook group. Or if you have any questions related to investment, feel free to post them in the group. Welcome to our investment community, and let's learn more about investment. We'll send you an email with the recording of this briefing section and also tutorial videos of how to use the portfolio builder for the first round and interactive brokers for the second round. And now you can raise any questions regarding the investment competition. Otherwise, thanks again for joining today and hope to see you in our tutorial sections.
Yes, leverage ETF, inverse ETF are all allowed, not only on the first stage and also the second stage as well. And during the tutorial session, there's one section that we have done some analysis on the effectiveness of using ETF for investment, as well as using inverse ETF as an hedging tools. And the second question coming from Zixing, and is count at the capital undeployed ratio is count at the end of competition. Basically, we are calculating your capital undeployed ratio on a daily basis. So we will display the numbers on your personal page, but there will be some other like small tricky criteria about the capital deployed ratio. Say, for example, the first few days we're not counting that seriously about that ratio, because we will allow you to build a portfolio that you may have time to sort of try to adjust to review the strategies. That will not be count, and there will be some other criteria you can refer to our slides. But anyway, so it will be count on a daily basis. And that will be not only the first stage, but also second stage as well. Well, basically, we are encouraged. Well, that's actually the other way around. Um, if you cannot deploy more than $300,000 roughly, yeah, I would say so. But then that is actually a average concept. So you will see perhaps that some days you may use more than 90%. You buy more. Okay, that including, say, if you buy inverse ETF or some other thing. So say, for example, if you're feeling like the market is actually going to a downtrend or is kind of like range trading, you may long on some outperforming stocks and buy inverse ETF as a hedging, not leveraging, but hedging. Then very likely you use up your capital very easily. Yeah, so I don't have too much concern about it. Yeah, but I would say this is normal that you need to be very disciplined on your capital deployment. And in particular, in the first stage, as you're not advised to do trading, we intentionally not to allow you to trade. We want you to have a little bit longer on relative basis, a little bit longer investment horizon. That means you're likely to set up your portfolio, and you will keep your portfolio a little bit longer. So that's a skill set you have to think about, not on a daily basis, but little bit like on a weekly basis, say, for example. Then you have to plan how many stocks of, say, Apple in US or Tencent in Hong Kong you need to buy. That's the thing. That's the way to think about. Well, as I say, we will calculate on a daily basis. You can check your capital and deployed ratio on your personal page. But then I won't say we will use the $300,000 as an absolute measurement, but because it's that number, it will keep changing. So I think you should focus more on that percentage, and then we will sort of alert you when you are. I mean, because we will send you some, not everyone, but like on the measurement of some of these um, colleagues not using enough capital as an alert. So perhaps you will be aware that you need to spend more money on investment. Well, so King Key also have a questions. So basically, this is buy at the end of the market. So the order, transaction order will be buy at the end of the market. So we're not advising you to trade in the first stage, what I mean. When you move on the second stage, it will be the real battlefield. You may do day trade wherever you want, except not trading in derivatives. That's why in the first stage, if you have a lot of concern about using deployment of the capital, we basically advising you to build at least weekly portfolio. You should plan ahead. Like say, you should have a discipline like in the middle of week or during the weekend. What kind of portfolio you want to manage throughout the week? Obviously, if something start like what's happened on Friday in Hong Kong, suddenly there's a massive sell down, you should still, cut down some of your loss positions as well. But then definitely it is not on a daily basis that we assume you should invest in that way. So yeah, that's why I mean just using the closing price, we believe is good enough. And if you have more questions regarding say the ratios and calculations, you can check our Q&A sections as well. Seeing ask question about Jamboard stock. Yes, you can. But as you know that ultimately you're not advised to trade. So wherever kind of volatility of Jamboard stock, that will help to improve your return, but that could potentially um, like deteriorate your Sharpe ratio as well. You may have concern about it. So I mean, when you consider Sharpe ratio, volatility will be an issues. Okay, if volatility is too high, your Sharpe ratio calculation will drag you down. Any more questions? Hopefully all of you have happy trading sessions. And we are very more than happy to share our way of thinking about the market and the strategies during the tutorial sessions, as well as perhaps in the Facebook group as well. But definitely, this is not an investment advice. But more important is we think we would like to support your investment during the competition session. You can buy crypto related stocks, but not to buy crypto here. Well, obviously we do have a little bit different view about crypto than maybe some mainstream media. But then here we still, you can say we are a little bit old style to maintain some sort of a, you know, um, disciplined investment on equity at the moment. But obviously, there are a lot of crypto related stocks like MicroStrategies, and Riot. But bear in mind, I mean, you are not, especially in a stage one, you're not supposed to trade that much. There's some criteria about the amount of money that you can trade on a weekly basis. If you trade too much, that will violate the rules as well. Yeah. So if that's the case, you can buy definitely, but the proportion of high volatility stocks, including crypto, should be should have should maybe you should have put less weighting on that. Perhaps yes. And thanks for the advice. I would say rather than questions, that will be part of our team to have to change the stock code immediately. And if you don't mind, if you're aware of what's happening on some of these SPAC stocks, yes, please alert us. We'll change immediately for you on the back end. Yes, it's at the end of the price of the day. So that's why you don't need to concern too much about the daily volatility, the high low as well. But obviously, when you type in the number of shares, our system will have some kind of like estimation of potential amounts that you can buy or you should buy and compare with the available capital. So we will alert you if you buy perhaps too much and you don't have enough capital, then we will alert you. Then you may have to revise the number of shares you want to buy. Especially, I think if you love to trade on US stocks, perhaps I think that system is better because I don't think you will spend so much late night to monitor the screen until you can enter into stage two. So don't worry. So you will have a lot of happy trading nights just to sleep in the normal time and wake up and see how's your portfolio, how's the order, whether the order have been placed successfully or not. Yes, correct. The P&Ls is calculated based on the closing price, both on the purchase as well as the sell orders. Well, again, this is only stage one. So when you move on to stage two, then will be based on the price that you have completed transactions. So like in the first stage, I mean, seriously, we have the experience of first competition. I'm not too sure how many of you have joined the first competition and our experience like, yeah, well, we have some colleagues actually, they are could be very good at investment, but less on trading. But then in January, you know what's happening in market, and some of the folks have do a lot of day trade, and this is something we try to avoid it. Okay, perhaps there will be a lot of meme stocks want to trade. Um, Luckily or not, you may get into high ranking because of that. We just want to say, okay, it will be a very good skills that if you can trade very well, but then you should demonstrate your skills in the stage two. In the stage one, let's focus on the stock picking and portfolio management. And that's why this is what we say, this is a complete investment and trading experience, not only on trading. And the competition will not only dominated by traders, definitely. And even you're traders, you're very successful traders. Now I believe that you should have um, very well equipped on stock picking and portfolio management skills as well, perhaps, then show it to us. We are very happy to work with you and share our ideas on your skills as well, on your strategy as well. That will be next day. So regarding the um, Kunhei questions, yes. If you place the order after 4, yeah, the order will be the next trading days. Uh, yeah, if you have um, a if you have registered the competition, you should have your account name and password be ready. When will we send? When will we send the account name and password to them? Oh, yes. I think, okay, first of all, if you have registered directly on a website, that should be good enough for stage one. But then on stage two, yeah, we will send you account name and password on IBA virtual trading account. Yeah, that's a direct question to me. So some of you may not see the questions. So did I answer many of your questions well? Or you have vocal questions that I cannot hear? Audio questions?
Hi, I have a question.
Hi, are you Edwin?
Yeah.
Hi,
I'm,
Edwin.
yeah, everyone is asking technical question, but I just want to ask one thing. Can you share with us what are some strategies of the previous winners?
Well, first of all, as I say, last competition, it is a pure kind of wide open kind of trading environment, and coincidentally, we organized it in January and February.
Mhm.
So we observed many of the participants just very strongly focus on trading, and perhaps too much meme stock that or WFP stock that trade. And some have good and bad experience. Seriously, I mean, you may have a lot of good ideas, and because everybody just want to optimize the return, because everybody, all your peers are doing the same thing as well. So we rethink the whole process. Okay. Then back to the questions. My thinking is you should have a little bit better portfolio planning on a weekly basis. Perhaps that's better. Okay. As I said, one, you cannot trade, and second, we have controlled the amount of capital that you can buy and sell on a weekly basis, except I think the first week. Uh-huh.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Then that means even if you want to take some losses, you can sell it all. Okay. Put it this way. I think no one will blame you too much if you lose like 10% on Apple. Because if that's the case, a lot of the managers got hurt as well, right?
Mhm.
And also if Apple fall 10%, that will take perhaps a month, right? That's the basic, quant finance that you can work it out on the daily and weekly volatility and work on the math on every single stock. Go to investment.com, Yahoo Finance, you can work on the math. And that's the way you think about how to manage the downside of your portfolio. But and then obviously more important is perhaps during the tutorial we'll also mention is what will be the winning stock, what will be the winning sectors as well. Okay. And perhaps the other way around is if you like to do, okay, if your market view will be more like range trade and can be a lot of ups and downs buckets, then you can identify some losing sectors, and perhaps in some of these losing sectors you can find inverse ETF as well. Perhaps you can find a lot of like news commentary on the yield curve recently. Yield curve has been flattening a little bit, and some of these, well, that's my personal view. Finance stock was hurt because of the potential squeeze in the interest rate margin. No matter you talk about investment banks, commercial banks, local banks as well. So a lot of banks or financial institutions are underperforming. You can find university ETF in some of the sectors that may perhaps you can gain extra return on that as well. So, I mean, identify winners and losers are all our jobs. The difference is you need to look at it a little bit longer time horizon rather on daily basis. Again, if you need to take loss or take some profits into pocket, yes, we are encouraged to do that. But we discourage over trading during the first session.
All
Hopefully
right,
we
got
can
it.
answer your questions well.
Yep, very well answered. Thank you very much, Wallace.
Hope to see you all soon. How do I watch the record of this session? I think my team, you can see very handsome faces, Vincent, will definitely post. Oh, why are you shy? Huh, Vincent? Okay. I think you got a lot of fans, female fans too, all right? Okay. Just kidding. So we'll post the recording onto your YouTube channel, perhaps as soon as we can. And there'll be recording of the sort of the guidelines to use the IB section, as Sherry mentioned. We post sometime, maybe this week or next week. But because not many of you will enter the stage two, let's focus on stage one. Let's try to figure out whether the US market will go up or not, whether the Hong Kong market will continue to fall. That could be more funny. So but I answer Carl White question well. And yeah, we did, because we're based in Hong Kong, although we can communicate on both English and Chinese. So we do have set up two different sections. Well, better say the language sections of each tutorial. So hopefully some of these Cantonese speaking folks will join the Chinese section and leave some opportunity to others who may not be happy to join the Cantonese section to join the English sections. Any other questions from other folks? Yeah, it will be recorded. Yes, obviously, because perhaps you also try to make sure that we will, many of you will can review it. But then obviously, if you, I mean, during the tutorial sessions, we will not share the tutorial to everyone, okay? Will only be shared to those who have joined the sessions. Then you still have the chance to review the materials or the content that we have communicated during the tutorial. Yep. So hopefully it's clear. So we record it, but we share with those who join the sessions. Any other questions? There are some other folks in the chat rooms and yep. Yep. Okay. If not, then anyway, we will keep a very good communication with all of you. Okay. If the demand on tutorial session is high, definitely we will try to expand it as well. And as I say, I mean, you are free to join as many as you can if you want. We will try to open more if you want, but hopefully during the tutorial sessions, we'll try to make it more interactive. And definitely, clearly, you will be invited to share your strategy as well. Yeah, and that's why we will keep this tutorial as a small group, okay? But we'll make it more interactive. We will have prepare some topics to share with you. At the same time, tell us what you want. Tell us how do you want to invest. Any kind of questions you have in terms of portfolio build up, you know, we embrace both fundamental and technical. So hopefully we can answer many of your questions. But then like if you just want to ask like, oh, what kind of investment tips do you have? Yeah, we do have a lot of internally. We do have a lot of we have a weekly votes at 5:30 every Monday. We'll share why we vote on this stock. So after this section, I'm going to type on my my PowerPoint as well. Anyway, but then I don't want you to prepare the session just empty-handed. Okay, so you do have to prepare a little bit before coming in. Okay, we will ask you, each of you during the tutorial, drive it. Okay, but we will make it more interactive. We try to be helpful. And be honest, not saying we are the top of the food chain, but no, we are all the same. And we believe that there will be some genius ideas that you may generate. Okay, share with us, and we will share back with you. That's our approach. Anyway, hopefully it's clear. And the team, what shall we finish it today? Wonderful. And hopefully it's a good interaction today. And glad that tonight nothing to trade. And the former question, okay, how do I know? Okay, for sure, we will post, I think, occasional message of the ranking on the IG, and on your personal page, you can see your ranking as well. As we said, around 20, the final 20 candidates will be entered into the stage 2. When we get close to the final week, you will probably know whether your return will make it in the top 20. So obviously the numbers of final candidate is around 20, but I think last time the final round, anyway, or you shouldn't mention about it anyway. So yeah, it's roughly around 20. So you should know yourself. Yeah, well, yeah. So I mean, check our website, and yeah, we will show all this ranking and peer group rating, all this kind of information as well. And thank you for our internal engineering team and marketing team hard work. Okay, great, awesome. Have a great trading week and hope to see you soon during the tutorial. And thank you. Bye bye. 再见. Bye bye.